Tonight on Celebrity Treasure Island, the 12 remaining treasure hunters hit rock bottom.
It's got to be somewhere along here.
Maybe we just walk straight past.
We're going too far west.
Even the obvious has them stumped, and again, frustration set in.
I don't understand how we just walked right by.
It's got to be obvious, like we've got to look for something like a box.
And when they turn, it is on each other. North team is divided and way off track.
If I keep my mouth shut, I just wouldn't be true to myself.
Bitching at each other won't make it any better.
We just can't get that together.
The teams are now bitter rivals, and when a confrontation gets physical, relations hit a new low.
The cannon just went straight into my knee and I was in a lot of pain.
Although I love you, darling, it'd be much easier for you to get out of the way.
Then they marched on, no love lost there.
A trading meeting will supposedly smooth troubled waters.
You see the joy and the happiness on their faces, and that's what it's all about.
But deceitful dealing and dirty tactics leave North team with a bad taste in their mouths.
I taste fishy, eh?
That is so disgusting.
That oil that they gave us tastes like they put a rotten fish in it.
With shattered nerves and tensions running high, the contestants must once again face the threat of elimination.
I think all you guys should be eliminated.
I don't want to go.
I'd be really, really sad to lose Cotsy.
As two more would-be treasure hunters are sent home from Celebrity Treasure Island. After one elimination round, the North team now consists of changing rooms designer Sally Ridge, former international cricketer Danny Morrison, television presenter Stacey Daniels, actor Anthony Ray Parker, music show presenter Erica Tokach, and changing rooms builder Andy Dye. North team haven't won a food challenge, but their rivals' poor judgment has handed them 2 pieces of that treasured map. Left in the enemy camp on the south side are model Nikki Watson, television presenter Dominic Bowden, actor Katrina Hobbs, former All Black Frank Bunce, television builder John Cox, and presenter Jane Kiley. They have won every food challenge, but bad choices have left them with just 1 piece of the treasure map. But tonight the rivalry promises to get even more bitter as the dirty tricks get even more dirty on Treasure Island.
Watch out for the text question in tonight's Celebrity Treasure Island and be in to win a trip for 6 to a Treasure Island with D-Juice and Telecom Mobile.
Of all the celebrities who embarked on this survival adventure, All Black Frank Bunce is the one who should know most about living with a bunch of strangers.
I have been away a lot with rugby teams, and we were always housed in hotels and had comfortable beds and food at will. The only thing similar about it at the moment is the fact that we're working so hard during the day.
Frank is the tough guy. 55 All Black tests, 7 years of international rugby, but nothing could prepare even a sporting superstar for this.
You don't get a good night's sleep, so you're not totally comfortable when you wake up, and for breakfast you have a piece of fruit and a little bit of coconut milk maybe, and some water. It's not quite the the breakfast of champions, I guess.
The former All Black centre may be of Niue Island descent, but Frank is a city boy at heart, and sometimes it shows.
What is it? Oh, we found ourselves a little, some sort of snake. I'm not too sure what it is, but he's pretty feisty. He wants to get away. I don't know whether he's worth killing for any sort of nutritional value.
The cute snake Frank is naively eyeing up is a sea snake. They are the most deadly viper in the world. A bite can kill in less than a minute.
Certainly too small to feed 1 person, let alone 6. So he's pretty keen to get away. What I might do is just let him run for it and move, just in case he wants to have a go at me.
What's going on here, Frank?
It's kind of pretty.
It is, actually.
They're the poisonous ones, eh?
And there's not poisonous snakes here.
They are. I'm enjoying the company of Frank. You put all these people up on a pedestal and you say, oh man, he's an All Black, and sometimes you wonder how to approach them and chat to them, you know, like, but I've just had some great chats with him, you know, some really good, the one thing, he's the best storyteller I've ever met, ever.
So South Camp is looking to Frank for leadership, but this quiet achiever isn't that confident.
You know me, I can't make decisions. You saw the machete call.
Oh, better making decisions. Do I pass it? Do I kick it? Do I kick it? Do I pass it? He can do it.
Frank knows the pressure of big decisions. And I was talking about this with Frank. He's a decision maker, so I think Frank.
One sport Frank knows nothing about is fishing. In fact, he's never caught a fish in his life. That task will fall to action man John Cox.
As a luxury item, I was entitled to bring a piece of sporting equipment. So I thought I'd bring a tennis racket, have a few games on the beach, but no one else bought one and we forgot the ball, so I'm turning it now, nylon out of it, and that's good fishing line. I've got some bits of plastic that used to be in here. I don't know what they're good for, but they may come in handy. And out of this, I'm straightening it and making a Hawaiian sling. Got a little bit of rubber from the pat. It's the only thing I can find straight. It's light, a couple of nails in the end, and we are that far away from the fish, and they're in the pan.
There's a desperate desire to catch fish. Though the surrounding reef is full of them, the sea creatures have so far outwitted and outpaced the celebrities. So North Camp settle for rice for breakfast, combined with a little curry powder and served up on whatever they can find.
I know you don't want that dropped.
I don't want that I want that dropped right there. Oh.
The teams talk about food continuously. They dream about food obsessively.
We would love a trim latte, a nice coffee.
I know, and a bagel, maybe toasted bagel.
With cream cheese and jam.
No, cream cheese is very girly. I'm thinking more some avocados, some
bacon,
tomatoes, some bacon, maybe
and lettuce,
cheese,
and make it like a hamburger.
Sprinkle grated cheese, yeah, a bit of a hamburger. Even a look.
Do you know what? I could go one of those too.
Never have so many trim, taut and fast-getting skinnier bodies been so focused on food, food, food. While the island waters are full of fish, the celebrities' fishing skills are almost non-existent. Now their only source of food is the prize at the end of their daily challenges. And these challenges begin with a clue.
Hey guys, I've got the next clue!
And tonight, for the first time, this clue will send them straight into a head-on clash with their rivals.
What do we got?
On Northern Point lies big guns for all. Take one to Zenith.
Clue solving has become women's work, with the males of the North team choosing to stay clear of the ruckus.
The girls are good at coming forward and solving the clues. Maybe it's more so because they just like to jump in and do it. Sometimes when there's a lot of people all in one group, you know, there's only so many voices that can be going and so many people that can be trying to do stuff, so they tend to jump in there, so we sort of usually take a step back and let them do it.
On Northern Point lie big guns for all. Take one to the zenith, but do not fall. Put in place that awaits you there, and maybe the bounty you will snare.
Do you think suppose the first point we have to go to is the Northern Point to get the guns?
And we
So
know where
should we
that's
get
at.
all our shoes and stuff on, get our bags sorted and get out of here?
What the teams don't realise is that tonight they're both chasing the same clue, so a clash is inevitable. At the northmost point of the island, both will search for a cannon which they'll have to drag to the top of the island and place in one of two gun mounts.
Put in place that waits you there, and maybe the bounty you will snare. Put in place that waits you there. There's a place waiting there for us to put it.
A slot to put whatever this big gun is. The train, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
The clue seems easy enough, and there's no time to waste. The teams are chasing the same clue, but only one of them will get to eat tonight. The days of peace and harmony are over as the desperation to win gets nasty, the tactics dirty. And a refusal to back down ends in a physical confrontation on a narrow path.
I literally flew off to the right.
Although I love you, darling, it'd be much easier for you to get out of the way.
I was in a lot of pain, and then they marched on, you know, no love lost there.
Keep watching tonight's show and answer this question to be in to win a trip for 6 to a Treasure Island with D-Juice and Telecom Mobile. Text your answer to 2010.
North team have reached what they think is the northernmost point of Treasure Island, ahead of their southern rivals. But there's no sign of the big guns they're looking for.
I just hate the feeling that it's staring us in the face and we can't see it. We can't keep heading around there, we're going too far. It's got to be somewhere along here.
Even this early in the day, the celebrities' tempers are fraying.
On Northern Point lie big guns for all. Take one to the zenith, but do not fall.
It doesn't help when the North team see their rivals approaching in the distance.
We keep on worrying about what the other team is doing, like they were catching up on us, so we're like, go, 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 go. And we didn't think that that was north enough.
Yeah, but we're going too far west. Yeah, we do that.
You know, we don't know where we're going, we're waiting, you know, and we know the other team's close by, and just the pressure and the stress of it. Oh God, I've just had enough, I want to go home.
Both teams are in fact well past the northernmost point. Both have walked straight past two cannons wedged between low rocks.
We were trailing in behind the other team a little bit, and we were going to follow them around until we decided that we were going a bit too far. They were heading around to the other side of the island, and we decided that we were getting a bit past the northernmost point, so we decided to make a turn back.
Maybe we just walk straight past the cannon.
Why don't we go back and then go along the ridge?
So South make a crucial decision and turn back, but North are still heading in totally the wrong direction.
Should I go check this out up here? Erica.
It's got to be obvious, like we've got to look for something like a box, because I figure if they're going to put two there, that they're going to stick out. And nothing's looking obvious at the moment.
200 metres back along the rocky shore, something catches Frank's eye.
Whoa, 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 hey! Here we go. As we turned back, there were a couple of cannons just stuck in one of the crevices, you know, which I only noticed as I was pretty much halfway past it, you know. It was like, I looked at them and thought, what the hell are they? And then I half a step more and I thought, hang on a minute. I went back. Sure enough, the cannons.
14 people have just totally walked past. Frank, you've got
blind in one eye and can't see it the other.
It's actually...
What I want to do is I don't want to play here with it. I want to take it round there.
So they can't see.
So if they come back, they'll think we've found it round there and they'll still miss this one.
South Camp now must carry a 70-kilo cast iron cannon to the top of the island.
We dragged them out, decided we'd take the quickest route. It might not have been the safest or the easiest route, but it was going to be the fastest, and we decided we'd just hoof it up the cliff face, through the bush, and go as fast as we could.
We never even talked about going round. It was just the quickest way, the best way, and everyone worked as a team. Everyone was just getting in there, pulling each other up, helping each other out.
On the track now, we've got the old road, let's rope it up. Yeah, okay. We're going to have 4 people carrying this, because it's getting really heavy and it's awkward, it's slippery because it's so hot. Yeah. So now, we've got 4 people carrying it.
Again, Coxie plays MacGyver. His ingenuity with the rope will save his team valuable time and energy.
What I've worked out is that if you've given something one day, you'll need it the next. Like we were given a mask and snorkel, and we definitely needed that to swim across with the raft. The next time we were given this rope, like it was a hangman's rope. We were given that because we had no rope, and I realised there must be a need for it the next day, so I took it with us.
It's that sort of clever thinking that again sets South on the road to the bounty, ahead of their rivals.
Hey! Here it is right here, guys. Come on, check it out.
Okay. How heavy is that going to be?
Oh, check this out. Man, it's heavy. Oh, shoot.
Oh, wicked.
There you go.
Heavy.
How did we miss that?
I don't know. I don't know how we walked past that. And the other team have been here already.
I can't believe we walked past the cannon. That is so annoying. We were so thick. It was so there.
I don't know what we're thinking. We just can't get that together.
I was angry with myself at the fact that I walked by there a couple different times and didn't look. It was sitting right in front of us. I don't understand how we just walked right by it.
North team are a distant second and can't even agree on whether to take the direct route up the cliff or the longer, flatter way around the rocks.
Wait, is that the long way?
No,
that's the long route.
It's going to be pretty similar. It's going to be pretty similar. It's just that's going to be easier.
Familiar with that one.
Yeah.
The
Okay, we have to walk all the way around the rocks with this, back up the creek, back up the hill again. When we're already at the face of the hill now.
Yeah.
Just see that as being such a long way around, man.
It's not now. This far back, we're really not that far out.
Anthony Ray wants to go straight up the cliff, but his team won't listen, and the majority rules.
I have to voice my opinions. I have to. If I keep my mouth shut, I just wouldn't be true to myself. And I wouldn't be true to the rest of the team by just playing tag along. No. I think it was very obvious that I wasn't happy with the decision that the team made it. So, yeah, that's my feeling on the matter.
When it's out of your control, when you already know that you're second, you already know that you suck, what can you do about it? You can just only try and make it better, and bitching at each other won't make it any better.
But a team divided will have to work twice as hard if they're to have any chance of winning this race.
Treasure Island has never been particularly easy on its treasure hunters, and the sheer energy to complete this challenge is driving them to the edge, and the day is far from over.
I shattered. For the first time, I just sort of had literally run out of fuel. I just want to go home.
The trek to the highest point on Treasure Island is less than a kilometre, but it's a hard, rugged uphill journey with searing sun overhead. The hot, heavy work is taking its toll.
I'm on this cannon, and there's a girl there, girl there, girl there, and I'm just like looking around going, you guys want a break? And they're like, nah, and I'm like, oh man, and going. And I just basically don't want to let everyone else in the team know that, you know, I'm hungry or I've got low energy, because their kind of motivated states keeps me motivated as well.
I didn't realise that we were going to have to do so much strenuous stuff, and normally I would be the last person to run around doing what we've been doing. I think that's one of the toughest things I've had to do, as far as using heaps of strength in a short space of time. And I pulled a muscle or something in my back today, so that made it a little bit more painful as well.
The South are approaching the island zenith, but the North team are still down near sea level, making their way up the dry riverbed, and they're not enjoying it.
It is so far up and it's so hot. And I really feel for the boys having to carry that cannon. It's not a gun, it's a cannon up the top. And I can't see me being that strong to help.
She's real heavy.
Come on, guys, we gotta go. Got to go.
Poor boys having to lug that huge cannon up the hill. I mean, I'm glad I didn't have to do it. I don't physically think I could have done it, and I don't think that we girls would have been strong enough. But the strain on Andy and Danny and Anthony Ray's faces, it was phenomenal.
Yeah. This has got to be the best part of 100 kilograms. This is nuts. It's hard enough going to the zenith without this. Beautiful, that's good.
As the climb gets steeper, Danny and Andy are left to shoulder the weight alone. Anthony Ray has decided he'd rather conserve his energy for the days ahead.
I'm just kind of pacing myself right now. And you know, hey, great teams always pace themselves and they peak at the right time. I still have more to burn, more energy to give, and I know as we continue down the track, I'm going to need that extra energy that I've been conserving.
Anthony Ray's attitude does nothing to help his exhausted team. Worse still, their rivals have reached the top of the island only to find a choice of 2 places to mount their cannon.
Which one?
This choice will decide whether they eat tonight. It's excruciating knowing that one mount will give them precious food and a piece of the treasure map. The other, a booby prize.
Telescope, hurry up. You can aim it to see which one lands where.
I got it.
Just put it beside it.
A spyglass is pointed in the direction of the cannons, looking for a clue as to what is out there.
Just see if you can see anything obvious out of either of them.
One they know will hold the bounty, the other, the booby prize.
We looked through the spyglass to try and work out like the areas that we were looking at and maybe which was the best place to mount the cannon. And we are so bad at these choices, as you've probably seen by now, and it's just getting a bit much. It's still really, really nerve-wracking and terrifying, and I just would rather not have to choose it all, to be honest.
Yesterday when we got there, we took the first one we saw. So what about doing that again?
Yeah.
Okay. First one we see.
Take the easy option. I think it's a good idea.
Easy option.
So South team make their decision, knowing they have been wrong with 2 of the previous 3 choices.
All right, we'll go back down from here.
Are you guys clear?
Guys, I think they're coming. They're a little way away, and in fact, if we fire the cannon now, we'll hit them because they're right in the middle of the island.
North team are approaching, but Coxie's not stopping for anyone.
Hey, you idiots, get out of the way, I'm about to fire a cannon!
To get to the top and to discover that the other team was there already, and having Coxie hollering at the top of his lungs, look out, the cannon's gonna go off, it just rubs salt into that wound even more.
It's going to go over the top of their heads with a bit of luck, but who knows? There it is by the skinny tree.
Oh, over there.
Further away than we thought.
By that little skinny tree.
A distant explosion sends the south off to claim their prize, but they will have to pass their enemies on the steep, narrow path. The track is not wide enough for two, and neither team will back down.
You know, I was a bit brassed off. I thought they would have at least moved to the side or something, because I thought, you know, you've already done your thing. You already know your way ahead of us, so what's the point in trying to push by? I mean, you know, attitude like that I don't think is really necessary.
I didn't want to see them. Yeah, I didn't want to say hi, I didn't want to high five, or I didn't want to have any part of them. So seeing them just put a few more coals on the fire.
The narrow track cannot hold two teams and a cannon. North's cannon smashes into Jane's knee, sending her flying.
I was in a lot of pain and I was not impressed. I mean, Anthony Ray was charging up that hill. I mean, they were on a mission.
Play a bit loose with your cannon, aren't you, Mum?
Although I love you, darling, it'd be much easier for you to get out of the way. Let's go.
Anthony was concerned about me, and he certainly did ask how I was, but then they marched on, you know, no love lost there. Not a lot of room. You got Anthony Ray in about a 60-kilo cannon and a 2-centimetre wide track. Something's got to give, and it was my knee, and it hurt.
It was unfortunate that they got in the way of each other, and then to have something like that happen and not be able to stop and apologise. But I guess that's the competitive nature of this game now. But it really brings it back home when somebody gets hurt.
Oh, God, I'm just about done.
There's simply no energy left for remorse.
Well done, guys. That was awesome.
Taking that cannon from the North Point and up through the hills was one of the toughest workouts I've had in a very long time. That is very heavy, and so I was feeling a bit buggered after that.
Mate, you guys have done so well carrying that all the way out. That's just awesome. Andy, you look like you're about to die.
Andy, die.
Andy, die.
Andy, don't.
Andy, don't die.
Just set the cannon up, let's light it, and let's see if we got some food.
North team must take the only mount left, but they know that their rivals are notorious for making the wrong choices.
Yep, get that in. Nice and tight.
Okay, I think everybody should step back. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on, girl. Get out, everybody! To the boom!
Oh. Wow. That's up by the flat rock. That is indeed. We know where that is. Straight ahead, straight line. Let's get there.
At the end of that cannon blast is a prize for only one team. Someone has made a wrong decision. For someone, there is no piece of the treasure map, nothing but rice to eat tonight.
Hey, man, just keeps on going, doesn't it? You know, when that cannon fired off and I saw where we had to go to get the treasure, I went, oh, you don't want to travel any further, man. You just want to just hold your hands out, just give me.
South team have made their decision, and now they'll have to live with it. They're first across the top of the island to claim their prize, but will it be the right one, or yet another day of disappointment? And there it is. Under the skull lies a sack.
Tell you what, a sack looks bloody good when you come across it after all the work we've done. So we were really wondering, you know, just what treasures lay in that sack.
First of all, we have
a bottle of oil. But it's cod liver oil. The South team's choice does not look promising.
Rice? No, rice? Must be flour.
Oh.
Hey,
Pancakes? Oh, we're going to need eggs or...
Curry powder, I think, again.
What's that? And some sunshine.
Sort of Medusa.
Is it a sundial?
They have a little rice and a brass trinket, but this isn't what they'd hoped for. They have to face up to another bad decision.
Well, no map, guys.
We've got no map.
Dud one again.
Is there any other clues? Nothing pointing us anywhere else?
We made the wrong selection again, and you know, you just get upset at yourself for making the same mistakes. You know, it's like
We've been so enthusiastic and motivated to get to wherever we've got to get to and complete the task, and then sort of after that I felt a bit emotional and close to tears. But I just when your energy levels are so far down.
A couple of the girls have had a cry, but I think it's just getting to them, the exhaustion, and they're just prepared to show their emotions. They wear them on their sleeve a bit more, where we're kind of like, oh, this sucks, but, you know, we're not going to have a cry, where the girls are like, this sucks, oh, no.
I would say the easiest way of describing it is I reached my physical edge, and everything went, and yeah. I remember at one point just thinking, I'm not going to be able to go on, there's just no way.
We've got no food. I knew that we had like about a quarter of a cup of rice back here. We got no curry powder, and all I was thinking about was, oh, dinner. You know, elimination seemed to look pretty good.
North Team have nearly reached their prize, totally unaware of their rivals' devastating discovery.
Oh, it's a small truck. But that's all right.
If we've got flour, then we'll be happy, eh? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh.
It all looks too good to be true.
We got a lie!
Oh, look at that. My cheeky little Australian Chardonnay. Love it.
What do we got here? Hang on. We got flour.
We got the piece of the map.
I'm really proud of our team for all our hiccups and mishaps. We got the best intentions and we get there eventually, and look at how we scored when it came to the bounty. We are just the tin bums of Treasure Island.
Well, we're only just a little way from home, so let's get home, get this stuff out, maybe we can cook some food, relax and swim. Here we go.
So it's an elated North Team that head back to camp, but realising their bottle of wine could prove to be valuable currency on this island, they decide to call a trade to see what food they can get from the already depleted South Camp. And it's a confused South Team who answer the call.
They want to trade with us.
Yeah, we have not got anything to try.
They know that they've won pretty much all of the treasures throughout the days, and they know that we've got nothing that they could possibly want. Why would they want to trade with us? So what have we got? We've got the...
Well, flour. I've got with me some flour and some oil, because basically that's all we've got. Oh, and a fish hook.
Okay, that's pretty
what we've got. I think we're just going to have to go with the flow, because really we don't have a lot.
We don't have anything to give them. The huge amount of rice we have.
So we'll just
got a quarter of a cup.
What do you want to do, Jane?
Well, should we just wait and see what they say and take it from there?
North sends Stacey to state their demands. It's Jane who'll do the negotiating for the South, and she has a cunning plan.
You rang the trading gong, North Team, so both teams must trade. The rules are simple. Only one negotiator from each team may speak during the trader meeting. All decisions are final, and the traded goods must be delivered immediately. So North Team, since you called the trader meeting, you may trade first.
We'd like to offer you a cheeky little white wine, a whole bottle of it, mighty tasty, in return for some rice, a whole cup of rice, and not a mini fun-size cup of rice is what we're looking for. We don't have a lot of food, but if there's anything else that we can trade with, we're happy to do that. Well, what do you think you can offer that's appropriate for a bottle of wine? White wine, cheeky little Australian Sauvignon.
Maybe I was supposed to be more hard-nosed about it, but how can you when you're bargaining with someone who obviously doesn't have much to bargain?
Well, we've got a cheeky little fish hook that you might find appetising, especially if there was something on the end of it. And we could probably part with some cooking oil.
And I sort of was appearing all nice and lovely and about it, but deep down I knew that I was being a bit sneaky. It was cod liver oil, and I don't know if you've ever smelt cod liver oil, but it stunk. I mean, there's no way we would have used it.
So in return for the bottle of cheeky little savion, you are willing to part with a fish hook and some oil. Considering your circumstances and considering ours, I think that that's reasonable.
Well, when we got the oil, we kind of figured that by the smell it was fairly foul and figured that it was cod liver oil. I kind of hope that they smell it. You guys, I hope you smell it before you cook with it, because it'll really contaminate everything and be really unpleasant.
I know, it's quite soft on them, but I mean,
that's fine. That makes sense. I'm happy that they
are so hungry and they had to buy their way to food. So, like, hey.
Yeah. Is it all right?
Yeah.
Go, girl.
When you said that you were going to offer the bottle of wine, their faces just sparkled.
My heart went out to those guys because they haven't eaten a great deal over the past, 3-4 days. And you see the joy and the happiness on their faces, and that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. We're not animals. We're out here trying to survive, just like the next guy. So why not help out your fellow brother?
Enjoy. Oil, fish hook. It's lovely.
Oh, honey, you haven't put it in the fridge.
I know, sorry about that. That was the only thing. This is loads.
Loads of cod liver oil.
We always seem to win as oil, but we've got nothing to actually cook in it. This is fantastic. This will take our mind off it.
Good. Yeah, just go get toasted.
Thanks, Kate. Sweet. Bye.
Go see you.
So the South team have wine, but nothing to eat with it. However, Coxie is itching to put his tennis racket turned fishing spear to the test.
Coxie just blows me away every day with what he can make out of the different things that are on the island. MacGyver is the perfect word for him, and I'd be really, really sad to lose Coxie, actually.
The Hawaiian sling, which has been an idea for a while, was the best way to spear them. Get down there with them and find them and spear them. It's like getting a treasure. It's like, scoring a try in rugby. It's that sort of feeling, That something you've made out of nothing can catch a fish. It's a pretty good feeling.
You should see him. He's the big provider now. This chest out, his shoulders are back. He's caught some fish for the family. He's so proud. I mean, he did it with a tennis racket, for God's sake.
Fish fatigue. Good old puffer fish, but unless you know how to clean them, they're not worth eating because they're poisonous. These are the ones. Gut them, put them straight on the top of the fire. They taste just like chicken.
There isn't a prouder man on Treasure Island.
Fish for dinner!
So both teams will eat tonight.
And there is a new confidence in the camps, but that elation will be short-lived as they are about to lose another 2 teammates as elimination looms.
And losses are notched up.
I just promised Trent that we'd carve his name in the tree, and as people get kicked off, we're gonna write their names down the tree. So there's Trent there. I wonder who'll be there tomorrow. Maybe me. Who knows?
Do you know what? I think Andy might go.
I don't want to go. Just letting you know, I want to stay here through to the end, and that's what I'm here for.
As night falls on Treasure Island, North Team are sitting down to a dinner of fried rice, but something about their meal isn't quite right.
I taste fishy, eh?
Fishy is.
How come it tastes so fishy?
That is so disgusting. Are you enjoying yours, Andy?
No, it's pretty ordinary, actually.
Disgusting, isn't it? Oh man, the fried rice we cooked was so fishy, it was disgusting. We almost blamed Andy for not washing the dishes properly, but it can't be that because Andy has not caught any fish since we've been here. Maybe we put too much salt water in there, I don't know, but it was disgusting. It was so fishy.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
It's like it's still got seawater in it.
It's got a lot of seawater. Got a lot of something that's not flesh.
Then we realised it must have been the South team. That oil that they gave us tastes like they'd put a rotten fish in it. It was almost like something my grandmother would have given me to make me go to the toilet or something horrible like that. I bet the South camp are back in their camp now, absolutely going hysterical, laughing at us, thinking, ha ha, we've got them. Well, do you know what I think? I think all you guys should be eliminated. Not a good move. That was not nice.
North will seek their revenge later, but first there's an even more bitter pill to swallow. It's elimination time again, guys. You've got 5 minutes to pack your bags and meet at the elimination shelter. Good luck.
Let's do it.
It's time to say goodbye to another 2 people, and the elimination test will decide who.
Really, I'm picking a name out of the hat, and I'll pick Sally.
Well, Mrs. Ridge is struggling a bit and she needs to eat more, and I'm a bit concerned about her weight. Mrs. Ridge, could be time to go.
I am ready to go purely because I miss my Jamie and Boston, my babies. Jamie was crying so much before I left that I felt so bad leaving, and I promised her that Mummy wouldn't be long.
Erica, she's really getting underneath my skin. She was irritating me, she was being real bossy, and yeah. If I had to choose one, it would be Erica.
I know Anthony Ray thinks that I'm bossy. Really, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Everyone wants to get their voice heard, and I think sometimes he might get a bit disappointed when not all of us agree with what he's saying.
At the other end of the island, it's unanimous that Treasure Island has become too much for one of the team.
Jane really wants to go, but then she really wants to stay. You know, there's a part of her that, you know, has got something that's unfinished.
Because of the physical side of it, I don't think we can afford to lose a guy, so I wouldn't want to lose Frank or Dominic. It'd have to be a girl, and I think it'd probably be, probably Jane, because she's just a bit more homesick for her children and stuff like that, so I can see maybe in another couple of days she could get quite emotional.
She's a contender, she's a contestant, and she's, you know, she wants to get in there and win this as much as anybody does, but she's talking about her children. You know, she's a mother first and foremost.
Well, between you and me, tonight I'm going to do my utmost to get the questions wrong so I can be eliminated, because,
You know, you do get upset. I mean, or you just think about home and think about your family and your friends and your loved ones, and, you know, you just think, oh, I wish I was there.
I haven't told anyone here yet, but I have a feeling that they would understand.
She's probably one of the last people I want to see go, because obviously us 3 girls have become quite close over the last 5 days, but she's got little kiddies, so I know that she'll be really, really happy to go.
Tonight's elimination is a multi-choice computer test on the island's characteristics and your teammates. Have you been observant? Time will tell. You have 60 seconds to answer 8 questions. No one may speak during the test, and the loser must leave immediately. You may start. The elimination test is made up of 10 questions, examining the celebrities' knowledge of their island home and each other. Some would rather leave this island hell. Others are determined to still be there when that $20,000 is dug up and donated to Youthline. Treasure Island is a harsh and lonely place, and each celebrity has at some time or another thought about throwing in the towel. For Jane, this is her chance to get out, provided no one else is thinking the same way. In a few moments, this island adventure will be all over for 2 of these treasure hunters.
Good luck.
Jane gets her wish, but Danny's departure is a shock. homesick Jane has successfully failed the elimination test. She will get to go home to her children.
There's some lucky kids out there, lucky kids. Have a mum like this.
Losing Jane's a bit of a bummer because she was kind of like a mother hen, just kept the team really strong together. She was our speaker, our voice at any meetings and stuff like that, and she has being an athlete, she has very strict rules and regulations on herself when she's training, obviously, and she puts that into play really well.
There was a sense of safety with Jane, a sense of security, and I guess because I'm the youngest one, I looked up to Jane, so yeah.
I didn't expect to see Danny go. I thought, and I think I said before that I could see him going a fair way, so that was sad.
I wouldn't want to lose another male too, because I think we need that male input. I'm not saying that we can't do it on our own, but it's just that comforting feeling, you know.
And that draws to a close another week on Treasure Island. Tonight, Danny and Jane wave goodbye to their teammates left behind. Now only 10 treasure hunters remain to find out the next challenge, edging closer to that $20,000. Other than our charity youth line, there can only be one winner. And the teams now know that only too well. Good night. The top scorers in tonight's elimination test were Andy Dye for the North team and Nikki Watson for the South.